do a quick little side segment because I just heard about this when I was going to the bathroom. There's a huge buildup of military assets outside Iran right now. This is like big.
Buildup of U.S. firepower in
This is what I was thinking was going to happen anyway. It's like the U.S. is going to invade
the
Iran.
Middle East.
Guarantee we're going to invade Iran at this point, by the way.
The ships and aircraft moving into position if high-stakes negotiations with Iran fail. CBS's Charlie D'Agata is in Tel Aviv. Charlie?
Good evening, Elaine. Iranian Revolutionary Guards held live fire exercises alongside Russian forces this week. These are annual drills, but this year they've been conducted in the shadow of the largest U.S. military buildup this region has seen since the invasion of Iraq in 2003. The largest and most advanced warship in the American fleet crossed into the Mediterranean today, getting closer to within striking distance of Iran under the orders of President Trump. Along with the Lincoln aircraft carrier and its armada of guided missile cruisers and destroyers that are already here, the U.S. military is preparing for war. It's all part of this maximum pressure campaign. President Trump has continued to say he'd rather find a diplomatic solution rather than a military solution to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions. So Iran has said if it's attacked, it will strike back, and not just against U.S. targets, which are well within.
Definitely going to go after Israeli targets. This is really big. I didn't realize this morning.
Countries seem to be supporting the United States, and that puts Israel directly in the line of fire. Now, the Israelis used its interceptors to shoot down the majority of Iran's missiles in the last conflict that was back in June, but now this country is bracing for a counterattack, Elaine, on a scale.
Yeah, I didn't even see that this morning. I don't know how I could have missed this. This is insane. Pentagon is sending the largest air force to Middle East in decades, including 2 aircraft carrier strike groups. Donald Trump. It's proven over the years not an easy, meaningful deal with Iran. We have to make a meaningful deal, otherwise bad things happen. We had a deal with Iran that you walked out of. Jesus, this is like very, very heavy like pre-Gulf War, pre-invasion of Iraq 2003, like war on terror shit. 85 field tanker, 170 cargo planes heading in the region mid-February. Stefan Watkins tracks upport aircraft like 6 of the military. Early warning E-3 aircraft head to base in Saudi Arabia. U.S. deployed more than 500 troops during Operation Desert Storm. Yep, and 500,000 in 2003, or 250,000. So this substantial limits to the force package, he said. U.S. military buildup is technically region's largest since 2003 invasion of Iraq. Even though the resources moved for the war dwarfed current assets, defense and foreign policy. Islamic Republic may think that they would be a deterrent to Trump, whereas in reality they may be an inducement to move the president from a limited operation to a larger one. Whose think tank has been long critical of Iran? Yeah, think tank. Think tank. Plus everything with
TurboTax.
Shut up, TurboTax. Plus everything with Russia building up here too.
Buildup of U.S. firepower in the Middle East. The ships and aircraft moving into position if high-stakes negotiations
the same
with
one.
Iran fail. CBS's Charlie D'Agata is in Tel Aviv. Buildup of U.S.
Yeah, this is the same.
Guided missile cruisers, intercept.
This is huge buildup of military force. See what Fox is saying about this.
Shannon, good morning. Protests erupted this weekend at Iranian universities for the first time since the regime crackdown earlier this year. Students chanted "Long live the King" and "Freedom" as they marched through their campuses. Saturday marked their return to a new semester and renewed demonstrations against the government. In the capital of Tehran, Iran's president did not address the protests directly, but spoke broadly about the ongoing international pressure against Iran.
We will not bow down in the face of any of these difficulties.
And this isn't going to be like something with like Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia and like that lower portion of the Middle East would be rough as well, but that also has control of like the Suez Canal area. This is like right back in Afghanistan. And Iran is like an actual functioning country, unlike Afghanistan. So same thing with Iraq. Well, nowadays.
Powers are lining up with cowardice to force us to bow our heads. Just as you did not bow in the face of difficulties, we will not bow down in the face of these problems.
Iranian officials told Reuters that indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran are set to resume in early March, but that views differ over the scope and mechanism for sanctions relief. The comments come amid an ongoing military buildup in the Middle East that continues at this hour. Overnight, more C-17 transport planes traveled across the Atlantic Ocean, and reports indicate at a single Jordanian airbase there are now 60 attacked aircraft and 68 cargo planes. With the region on the brink of war, a UN spokesperson is calling for diplomatic efforts to prevail.
And I can tell you and reiterate yet again that we are very concerned about the heightened rhetoric we're seeing around the region, by the heightened military activities, war games, or just military, increased military naval presence and in the region. And we encourage both the United States and the Islamic Republic of Iran to continue to engage in diplomacy in order to settle the differences.
Here in Israel, people are bracing for conflict to begin any day. Tonight, the Israeli Security Cabinet will meet to determine what comes next. Shannon?
All right, Trey Yings, thank you very much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm
Yeah, shut up. Oh, I'm trying to see if I can find them exactly where they're at, because the largest location where we'd see military buildup would be like outside this strait right here. I can't remember what this little gap is called off the top of my head. So I love how this has always looked like a little shark to me. But I'm not seeing anything. There's obviously like a buildup of oil tankers all in the area, but that's pretty typical for this area. Lots of oil tankers. Man, I don't know. We'd have to go if we were going to invade Iran, and if we were trying to use, I mean, it would obviously we would come through landings through the ocean, but I wouldn't be surprised if we tried to strike through. Oh, those are Pakistani boats. Try to go through Israel. I don't know if Jordan would. Iraq definitely wouldn't let troops march through, but you guys ready for another fucking goddamn forever war? Iran president's update 16 minutes ago. Newsweek, 16 minutes ago.
Announced that several countries of the newly
Shut up. Iranian president said Iran saw encouraging signals from recent indirect talks with the U.S., but vowed the country would not bow down to pressure. Pakistan explained that Iran remained committed to regional stability. Oh my god, why are there so many goddamn fucking ads on one website? Dude, one day advertisers are going to realize that these don't work anymore. Shut up, Adobe. Literally nobody cares. Why? Newsweek. Why does your website have to suck so much ass?
That's Rob and Angelica. They have a standing Saturday morning date.
Of the newly created Board of Peace, including the UAE, Morocco, and Qatar, pledged more than $7 billion for a Gaza relief package.
Every dollar spent is an investment in stability and the hope of new and harmonious. It's a region that's so important, it's so vibrant, it's so incredible. The people are so incredible, but
Me when I don't know what to say.
we want to have a harmonious Middle East.
Meanwhile, Trump also noted that the United States was committing $10 billion for the newly created organization that met today in the recently named Donald J. Trump Institute of Peace. It is worth noting that Trump weighed in on Iran as tensions in the Middle East continue escalating. He sent a warning to Tehran: either they reach a deal or, quote, bad things will happen.
Now is the time for Iran to join us on a path that
Ugh. U.S. pressure centered Iran's uranium levels of regional activities. I mean, you pulled out of the deal. It's your own goddamn fault. Iranian president posted on X that his country has made all necessary preparations for any potential scenario. Iran does not have, like, nukes yet. If Iran had nukes, we would know. They would say, all right, we have nuclear weapons. Do not invade us. And they definitely don't have intercontinental ballistic missiles. Those are really difficult to make. That's literally a spaceship. Iran is committed to peace and stability in the region. Yeah. U.S.-Iran talks were scheduled to resume in Geneva on Thursday, with both sides indicating they're preparing text for potential agreement elements. I would not be surprised if we started another forever war and destabilized an area in the Middle East and then create another terrorist organization out of it. I will not be surprised if that happens. If you live in Iran, please be safe. Please be safe. Oh, that's the USS Constitution. I'm trying to see. Man, sometimes I fucking hate this website. Because there's no way. Yeah, January 20th. It's somewhere in this little fucking clusterfuck. But I don't know how to use Marine Tracker well enough to find it. It's a Nimitz class carrier. Whatever. I hope people stay safe in Iran. It's going to be a lot of death and a lot of destruction and a lot of very, very sad, brutal attacks.